Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Esports Report, covering the MLG Pro League. Courage, joined by Mr. X via Skype. Going into game number 2 of Faze versus TK. I mean, anyone could have predicted the game number 1 dominant performance there, winning by almost 100 seconds, positive 40 in the slaying department. It's really, TK has been struggling in hardpoint. Faze just won this past weekend, not dropping a single hardpoint, and then they're just absolutely clicking as a team right now. Really easy game number 1.
And it's not like you get a letdown from them in game 2, the S&Ds, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they're just an insane S&D team. Zuma going to be looking at him on this one to really show up for Faze. And you see, just waiting for players to connect here. And Jack, looks like some host issues going to be resetting that one. But going to be looking at Zuma and how he plays in the Search and Destroys. He's a huge factor for this team. Does such a great job on the flank all the time.
I was talking to Enable at the end of the event on Sunday night, and he said, I said, you know, tell me if I'm correct, but I think that all teams are going to have to completely change up how they play because of Zuma's play style. He's an aggressive sub-player who always knows what flank to hit, but then he knows when to push the envelope or pull back and play his life, which a lot of lesser players will just go and get a kill and then continue to charge out and try to pick up a second. Zuma will kill someone and then back up, and it completely messes with the opponent's play style.
Well, he got into competitive Call of Duty via Search and Destroy, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you'd expect him to have a pretty good feel of how these players play in S&D, and usually, you know, at least, you know, in Call of Duty, like the GB players really kind of set the tone for Search and Destroy, right? Like the GB players have always been like the better S&D players, so going to be looking to them to really kind of set the meta. Zuma, obviously not a GB player anymore, but he's, you know, come from that community, that area, and he's brought a great S&D game over to the pro scene.
Absolutely. Taking a look at the stats so far in Search and Destroy for this team, Faze actually only has a .84 in the league at the moment. They are 2-1 in the game mode. Really, the players struggling Attach with a .62, Enable with a .67, and then Kaliber with a .79. The only player above a 1.0, Zuma, sitting at a 1.25. Highest first blood percentage as well for this team. Fully expect him to go off in this game number 2.
Oh, you do. You expect him to put up some big numbers. And on the side of TK, really, anybody, like anybody needs to play good for TK. Looking at him, one of the guys to really step up, take control of this game for them, because you know they go down 2-0, Jack. This one ain't looking good.
No, not at all. There you can see their roster, 3 players with below a 1.0 KD in Search and Destroy as well. That's Sharp, Theory, and Nameless. The player, though, who's been really stepping up, and a big reason why they're 4-2 right now in S&D in the league, their best game mode, is Neslo. He's at a 1.23, tied for their highest amounts of first blood percentage, and really helping lead the team in plants per round as well.
Yeah, I mean, Neslo's a very good S&D player. I mean, we've seen it when he was on SB. We saw when he was on TK previously. Neslo always, you know, plays pretty well in Search, has a good mind for the game, understands where, you know, a lot of the players are going to be coming from. I think it'll be a mind game between, you know, him and Zuma on this one. Looks like it's going to be a Faze host. We can talk about that for a second, Jack. So it looks like TK will pick side. I think on this one, definitely want defense.
Yeah, and one thing to point out, too, is fully expect Attach to pull out the sniper in this game. There's a look at the Faze roster on your screen. Kaliber, Attach, Zuma, and Enable. Fully predict Zuma to just flood right through middle map, try to get the flanks there through bottom jungle side of things. Enable, play a little bit more passively for his team. Attach will probably wind up hitting that flank with Zuma. And then finally, Attach will have the Moors out, but then also hit the flank when needed. And then finally, Kaliber, fully expect him to just be the rock that Faze needs. Game number 2 starting up right now. Recovery S&D. Matt, who do you want to hop on board with?
I think to start things off, we go on with Zuma. I mean, how much should we talk about him? I think we got to go on board with Zuma.
Oh, absolutely. I'm going on board with him no matter what side they're on. I mean, I fully expect TK to pick whatever side they like, obviously, because they are the non-hosts in this game. Looks like they're going to be on defense at the start of things, just like you predicted. Zuma on offense. Let's see how he winds up playing it.
Oh. It looks like going to have another reset, so definitely some more issues going on right now, Jack.
Man, these guys are noobs, but Matt, you didn't get to watch too much this weekend. What did you see? What teams really impressed you at UMG Dallas? What teams kind of let you down?
Jack, I didn't get to see much of anything. Spent a lot of my weekend exploring the city. Saw the Statue of Liberty. I went to the top of the Empire State Building. Saw Ellis Island.
Matt, no one cares about historical New York landmarks.
Went out to dinner a bunch of times, sat by the water. I didn't really watch much of that, to be quite honest with you.
Well, whatever, Matt. Sounds like you had a fantastic time.
But you did, yeah, you were great, though, this weekend. You're phenomenal.
Thanks, man. I mean, you said you didn't watch
actually
much.
have no idea if that's true or not. You could have been the worst caster ever, and I wouldn't have known.
Well, just always making sure that people make fun of me as much as possible as we head back into game number 2.
I like you, Jack. I like you, Jack.
Thanks, Matt. That means a lot. I still don't think Benson does. I wish you were there for the casters match because Chance and Fox played absolutely horribly in that series. Where
I actually saw a picture from that match where, like, Ben was going nuts.
Oh, yeah. Ben was like making a choke symbol towards the camera. I thought he was going to pop a blood vessel. At the start of this one, though, looks like all 4 players have loaded in for either team. Please, Theory, spawn in. Yes, we're going to start this one up on board with Zuma. Let's see if Faze can go up 1-0.
Yeah, Tatch had the sniper rifle like you predicted, but on board with Zuma as he's going to get aggressive towards the middle of the map. He's going to have one player in front of him, able to draw that first blood, and even though he drops, that's still a big kill right there for Faze.
Oh, and it gives him knowledge on where to expect one of the opposing players in regards to Sharp. There, Enable picks up the kill on Sharp. 3v2 numbers advantage for Faze. Enable with that bomb.
Yeah, Enable's going to try and bring this one over towards B. He's going to get tagged from behind. Neslo's going to pick up a big kill on Attach. It's going to make it a 2v2. Now make it a 2v1. Now a 1v1. Clay trying to pick up this kill on Theory. Theory has the sniper rifle in the back. He is tagged up. Going to toss a nade. Not able to take out Clay. It's going to be Faze winning round 1.
Clay with a nice challenge there on the back trailers, double jumping and cutting Theory down while he tosses out that grenade. Not sure if I agree with that one. Maybe he didn't expect Clayster to just push the envelope so aggressively. There you could see, just catching him while he's not even ready for it. Theory gets dropped. 2-0 start for Clayster as Faze goes up 1-0.
Yeah, that's a big round win right there for Faze. See if TK can answer back, win an offensive side. What was so dominant about Faze's S&D game over the weekend for you, Jack?
Attach's sniper was just consistent. They could always count on him to get a first blood, to get the number advantage back to even, to just get information for them, whether it was on Riot S&D on the A Street. He was just so electric with it all weekend long. Also, Zuma, as we mentioned before, just played out of his mind. And then when your final 2 players are Clayster and Enable, who are just 2 extremely consistent players, there's really no hole in their S&D gameplay. Yeah,
and I feel like, you mentioned before that the sniper buff came in. I think that probably ended up helping Attach and Faze more than anybody, right?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Formal was doing some crazy things. If you haven't been able to see yet, he had an ace on Detroit S&D in 7 seconds with the Moors. He got flooded down Green Street, picked up 2 players in mid-map, and then picked up the final 2 players when one flanked from behind him. It was pretty crazy stuff. In the start of this round, though, Neslo's now left in a 1-on-2 up against Attach and Clay.
Yeah, he's going to actually pick up Attach in the back of the map. It's going to be Clay. Last one alive. He's going to come right to Neslo's left, able to take him out. Pretty easy round win right there for the guys on Faze.
Yeah, and also, this was the other thing, Matt, too, is that Faze just won these ridiculous rounds that they really should have never won. Enable with that 1v3 in the grand finals up against OG when he was inside of green. Clayster had one game where I think he clutched a 1-on-1, then a 1-on-2, then like another 1v1, and even I think a 1v3 later on. Like, they did some pretty crazy stuff, and they were just taking rounds that typically you would just be like, okay, that's over, there's no way they should take this. Well, they did it time and time again.
I saw one play I saw over the weekend. I saw Havoc's 1v4,
yep,
and then I caught Enable on Detroit S&D against Optic Gaming. I saw, what was that, a 1v3?
Yep, that was the 1v3. He was trapped inside green. He killed the bomb planter, and then OG had their final 2 players push him 1 by 1. He just bounced back and forth with the bunny hop and just took him down. Nameless actually just timed out of this game. 2v4 now for TK. We'll see what our admin winds up saying about that one. Zuma staying alive, challenging the player on the bomb site. That's Attach, picking up the kill there. 1v3, 1v4 for Neslo. He gets cut down.
Yeah, I don't know if that round would have played out any different.
Yeah, no, it wouldn't have.
Faze just strong arms over at the A bomb site, able to take control of that. 3-0 up here against TK. We'll have to find out what went on with Nameless there, but Clay sitting at 4-0. Really, the guys on Faze just too strong right now for TK.
3-0 round lead for Faze with 2 clutches from Clayster coming on earlier in the game. Looks like we're going to have the host end this one real quick. We'll see if we'll get Nameless back in this one, guys. Don't go anywhere when we come back. Game number 3 will be continued, or game 2 will be continued. Stay tuned.